Elections to be announced tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The Election Commission has announced this a short while ago on social media, saying that dates for 4 assembly polls scheduled to be held around the same time will also be announced at the same time. And these are Arunachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Sikkim as well. And let's go across to our reporters for more on this. And Uma, first to you, the Prime Minister is currently in the south. That's where the BJP is really hoping to get more numbers, as they're talking about 400 par and a rare third term for party. Prime Minister Modi really gunning for that third term, and it's in the south where they're hoping to gain those numbers.
Okay.
So it's in the middle of the Prime Minister's South tour that the election dates are going to be announced. And yes, today he's going to be in Malkajgiri, and he would in fact be hoping to cover all the parliament constituencies here. Very critical for the BJP, because Sikandrabad, where we are just now, is the sitting MP here. From here is Kishan Reddy, who's again been nominated by the BJP to contest from here. And later this evening, the Prime Minister will be at Malkajgiri, where Itala Rajender has been fielded as the BJP candidate, and certainly the BJP fancies its chances there. Less than 4 months ago, November 30 is when the assembly elections happened here. And at that time, if you spoke about a tri-cornered contest, right now, the BRS seems to be almost out of the picture, with several of those BRS leaders inducted into other parties, and many of them, in fact, now becoming BJP candidates in the Lok Sabha. Out of the 15 names that the BJP has announced, as many as 9 of them are of BRS pedigree. And yes, it appears that it could be a straight fight between the Congress and the BJP in Telangana in these parliamentary elections, with the BRS playing perhaps only a very subsidiary role. But one of the most interesting constituencies, of course, in Hyderabad itself will be Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency, which has been held for several terms by Asaduddin Owaisi, and now Madhvi Lata, who is a BJP candidate and a political debutant, is in fact going to be contesting from there on behalf of the BJP. More interesting, I would think, even more than Telangana, where they would be vying for what the BRS had won last time, 9 Lok Sabha seats, remember, which the BJP will hope will come into its kitty, and the Congress also, with the new victory in Telangana, will be hoping to increase those numbers. But more interesting than Telangana, I must say, will be Andhra Pradesh, where an assembly election as well as a parliament election are to take place. And only only a few days ago, this tripartite kind of an agreement between the BJP, TDP and the Janasena has been finalized, and it's only a couple of days since the final announcement of how many seats each one of them will get has also been announced. And right now we are seeing that kind of a turmoil within at least a few constituencies like Pitapuram, which Janasena chief Pawan Kalyan said he will be contesting. He has not yet said whether he will also be contesting a Lok Sabha seat, but he's going to be contesting an assembly seat. And already we are hearing protests from the TDP side who believe that that is a constituency that they are strong in, and they would not want to let go of that constituency. Another trouble also in Yelamanchili, which has been given to this Janasena. So will the TDP, BJP, Janasena alliance have enough time to settle down matters and then go full-fledgedly into the election, such that the vote transfer happens between the two strong parties, TDP and Janasena? And also the BJP will be hoping that the vote transfer should happen to the BJP itself, which is going to be contesting as many as 6 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh and 10 assembly seats, and they are banking hugely on this alliance. The Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSRCP, of course, will be hoping that all this takes time to settle down, and therefore they will be hoping to get political advantage out of early announcement of elections in Andhra Pradesh, both assembly as well as parliament elections, which will be held simultaneously. In the last election, we saw the TDP, BJP and Janasena went separately, and they could not do well. They were defeated. The YSRCP ended up with 151 out of the 175 assembly seats and 22 out of the 25 Lok Sabha seats. Whereas in 2014, when TDP and BJP fought together and Pawan Kalyan had supported that alliance, he did not participate in that election. They had a dream run, and Chandrababu Naidu became the chief minister, and the BJP was able to get at least 2 Lok Sabha seats in the divided state of Andhra Pradesh at that time. So a lot of excitement regarding the dates. Usually Telangana and Andhra Pradesh hardly about a week apart is when it happens. So when that will happen, with the Prime Minister coming in today, in fact tomorrow he will be again in Nagar Kurnool in Telangana itself, and And day after tomorrow, interestingly, is the date that's been announced in Chilakaluripeta on March 17, a joint meeting of the BJP, Janasena and Telugu Desam together, which the Prime Minister is expected to address along with Chandrababu Naidu and Pavan Kalyan. That, of course, will be after the dates have come. Back to you.
Right, and the model code of conduct is in place. Pratibha, Karnataka is going to be very interesting as well. Last time the BJP getting 25 of the 28 seats there. This time, again, like in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, new permutations, combinations, BJP is with the JDS for this election.
That's right. In fact, Karnataka had been lucky in 2019 for the BJP. Whether it will be as lucky this time around too is also another question, because the BJP did face a massive defeat in the recent assembly election in Karnataka, and the Congress is also planning to bank on its guarantees. In fact, I'm at the Congress office right now, and the Congress is planning to announce yet another guarantee scheme keeping the Lok Sabha election in mind. Whether this will sway voters in favor of the Congress or not in Karnataka is also something that needs to be closely watched. The BJP, in the meantime, has decided to join hands with the JDS. Remember, this alliance is also something that both of them have been banking on each other's relevance, because the JDS does hold a sway in the old Mysuru region, and the BJP wants to bank on that. The JDS had been bargaining for 4 seats and was successful in getting around 3 seats. And also, with respect to the seat sharing talks between the BJP as well as the JDS, remember, they are also contesting the election by exchanging the symbols as well. Another interesting thing is that Mr. Devegowda's son-in-law would be contesting on a BJP ticket, and just 2 days ago he formally joined the BJP. And the interesting fight would be that Dr. C.N. Manjunath, who is the son-in-law of former Prime Minister H.D. Devegowda, he would be seen contesting against one of the Congress veterans here when it comes to the Lok Sabha seat of Bengaluru Rural, and that is D.K. Suresh. Interesting fight that is expected to happen there. The BJP has already announced around 20 names for the 28 seats, and around 8 of the sitting MPs have been denied tickets. One of the interesting things is Ms. Shobha Karanlaje, who is sitting MP of the Udupi Chikmagalur. She has been shifted from that constituency and will be fielded from Bengaluru North. These are some of the interesting strategies being played out by the BJP. The Congress has only released around 7 names in the first list, and all eyes are on the second list with respect to the other candidates who would be announced from the remaining seats there. So an interesting calculation that is being played out as far as the number game is concerned in Karnataka with the 28 seats. The last time BJP won 25 of the 28 seats, whether it would be proven to be lucky again, once again for the BJP, is another question that needs to be closely watched.
That's right. Thanks so much, Pratibha, for joining us with all those highlights from Karnataka. So really a big challenge ahead. Aishwarya, tomorrow the announcement at 3 o'clock of the polling dates, and we'll be looking out for, how many phases. Also, the state elections dates will also be announced at the same time.
Well, certainly we all were waiting for Election Commission of India to come out with the dates, and tomorrow is that big announcement. Certainly at 3 p.m. at Vigyan Bhavan, the press conference will be held, in which Chief Election Commissioner and along with 2 new Chief Election Commissioners will be present, and certainly the details will be out. But 2 major updates coming in from Delhi as well, and we can't ignore Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. The Supremo for Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, on one side. Today the order is reserved, although in Rouse Avenue Court, because tomorrow is the date when the elections date will be out, and it would be today Rouse Avenue Court who will be passing an order that whether Arvind Kejriwal tomorrow will be appearing for those 2 summons passed by the Sessions Court, and he would be physically appearing for that tomorrow or not. And if today he won't get any relief from the Rouse Avenue Court, then certainly on one side we'll see the election dates coming out and Arvind Kejriwal physically appearing before the Sessions Court in terms of the entire Delhi excise policy. On the other side, it is also very closely monitored by the Supreme Court, and just when the hearing concluded, Supreme Court has not given a stay on the appointment of the chief election commissioners. The hearing was a hearing concluded just a few minutes ago, and Supreme Court clearly stating that if you wanted to argue on the selection process and the selection committee of election commissioners of India, which was appointed just yesterday by the selection committee, then a separate application needs to be filed in Supreme Court, and the matter is now has been scheduled for March 21st. So clearly two major updates. We are all waiting for the Rouse Avenue Court decision to come out, the order to come out very soon, as to what we will get to know, that whether Arvind Kejriwal will be physically appearing before the court, or he would get some relief on the day when there are election dates out.
That's right. Thanks so much, Aishwarya, Pratibha and Uma, for joining us with all those highlights. So tomorrow is the day at 3 p.m. when the Election Commission will be announcing the election dates. And remember, it will be a full panel of the Election Commission with the two new election commissioners having taken charge today. Just yesterday was when the meeting took place and that announcement was made of the two election commissioners. Interestingly, also the Supreme Court will be taking up the matter of the petitions opposing the Citizenship Amendment Act. 237 petitions oppose the CAA implementation, and given that it has now been notified, the Supreme Court Constitution Bench will be hearing these petitions next week, is what has been announced. But returning now to news of the election dates to be announced, let's go across to Radhika. Radhika, today is when the MVA was holding a meeting, as they still have not been able to arrive at their seat sharing agreement, and now more pressure on them, given that the dates are going to be announced tomorrow. Everyone will be looking to see, how many different stages the elections will be held in the various states.
Certainly more pressure on MV as well as NDA as far as final seat announcement is concerned. We know that only one list is out, which is a set of 20 candidates that has been released by BJP in Maharashtra. But besides that, within NDA, no list out for Sena, NCP, MVA, no list at all as far as Congress, NCP, Sena is concerned. Another set of meeting today within MVA to come to some sort of consensus. There are at least about 8 disputed seats for which there hasn't been any consensus reached. So that could be a point of discussion today. There could be an understanding of sorts that will be reached today. Remains to be seen. And VBA factor also is going to be, a matter of discussion today. How many seats VBA will be given, whether it's going to be 2, whether it's going to be 4 or more. As far as NDA is concerned, we know that 20 candidates list is out from the side of BJP. We believe that there will be a second list by BJP where there will be close to 10 candidates. Sena may get about 12 seats, and NCP within NDA will get about 4 to 5 seats is what we are hearing. But all that will become clear in a few days to come. But as far as Maharashtra is concerned, 48 Lok Sabha seats, second largest contributor within Lok Sabha. And we've seen dramatic developments that have taken place since 2019. Uddhav Thackeray joining hands with Congress, NCP, leading to the creation of MVA. And then soon after, discontent within MVA, which is why a bunch of Sena leaders, led by Eknath Shinde, rebelled and joined hands with BJP, and then NCP split happened. Post Sena split, of course, government changed. BJP came back to power with Shinde Sena, and last split was, of course, of NCP, and then a lot of legal battle as far as the more identity battle and legal battle soon after the split. So there have been realignments that have taken place since 2019. So it's going to be interesting elections in Maharashtra, because it's not just the traditional NDA or UP alliance this time. There are multiple political parties that are at fray here, and therefore votes are going to be divided. So certainly interesting times ahead as far as Maharashtra is concerned, which is of course the second highest contributor in Lok Sabha, and we'll have to wait and watch out for when the seat sharing confirmation or conclusion of seat sharing will take place. Perhaps in the next 2 to 3 days, marathon meetings taking place within MVA as well as NDA.
That's right. And the first elections to be held after we've seen all these changes in Maharashtra with the parties splitting up, two Shiv Senas and two NCPs as well now. And let's also go across to Sam Daniel, who joins us from Kanyakumari. And Sam, election dates to be announced finally tomorrow. We'll know all the phases. The Prime Minister in Kanyakumari made several announcements, and he hit out at the opposition as well. In Tamil Nadu, this is the Prime Minister's 5th visit since this year. So really hoping, the BJP is really hoping to manage to get some seats this time from the south, given this announcement, this slogan that they've made, Ab ki baar 400 par.
That's right, Gargi. This is their 5th visit by Prime Minister Modi to Tamil Nadu, the Dravidian heartland, where as we speak, the party's vote share is very negligible, less than 2% going by the 2021 elections. But the party is trying to expand its footprint on two counts. One, the frequent visits by the Prime Minister. Secondly, the recent statewide Padayatra by the state BJP chief Annamalai, and they hope these two will help them to expand their footprint. Whether this will translate into getting seats in Tamil Nadu or only expanding their footprint, that's something we'll have to wait and watch. Today, the Prime Minister took on the ruling DMK on issues of corruption, saying that on one side, the NDA is giving projects. On the other side, you have the India Alliance, including the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu, known for a series of corruption. He gives examples of, we build airports, they have helicopter scam. We have Kalo India Games, they have the CWG scam. And we have a range or a series of projects on one side, they have a series of scams on the other side. And he also took on the ruling DMK on question of Tamil culture and pride, taking up how when the UPA was in power, they had banned Jallikattu at pride of Tamil culture, and how the BJP had helped to revive the tradition of Jallikattu, and he made that as the popular slogan, Modi's guarantee, that the BJP will stand with people of Tamil Nadu to make sure they will protect on anything in terms of Tamil Nadu's pride or culture. And he also promised people that BJP is known to empower women leadership in the party, and also how, as Prime Minister, he knocked all those to save lives of the 5 fishermen who were awarded death sentence in Sri Lanka. But for those who expected that Prime Minister would talk about jobs or employment or comment on price rise, there was disappointment. He didn't touch those issues. But the BJP hopes, even as they struggle to get a major ally after the AIADMK had snapped twice, they hope these visits will help them to at least expand their footprint. But they hope they'll be able to really make a dent this time because of the frequent visits by the Prime Minister and the Padayatra by Annamalai. But the ruling DMK, say they're hoping for a repeat of the 2019 performance when they had swept the polls, winning 38 of the 39 seats in Tamil Nadu. They have a formidable alliance. Their seat sharing process is done, and now they are in the process of allotting the constituencies for their partners. The other side, the AIADMK is also holding talks with two allies, PMK and DMDK, with who the BJP is also trying to woo them into their fold. And for them it's important because this is the first election under the singular leadership of Edappadi Palaniswamy as party's chief, and his party lost the 2 elections. They fought in alliance with the BJP, and this time he is hopeful of reclaiming that lost ground and steering the party towards some victory in the upcoming elections. Gargi.
All right. Thanks so much, Sam, for joining us with all those details. Well, that's the big story we're tracking right here, going across to all our reporters and getting those reactions as the Election Commission is going to be announcing the poll dates tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's for the first time they've given us all 24-hour notice before that press conference will be held. So tomorrow we'll know it all.